the GoPro Hero 12 Black, the DJI Osmo Action 4. Arguably the two best action cameras on the market today, but which one is best for a surfer? Yes, they both have some good, nerdy technical specifications which are fine, but I want to know from a practical standpoint which is the easiest to deal with in the water, starting with probably the most annoying thing about action cameras: starting and stopping recording while you're busy trying to have fun surfing. Well, apparently action cameras have come a long way since I've used them, because check this out. If I turn on both action cameras, get my settings where I want them, lock the screen, and then turn both cameras off. With the cameras off, press the record button once. The cameras will automatically turn on and start recording. Press the record button again, and both cameras will stop recording and turn off. Since both cameras remember the settings you previously set, it keeps the screen locked during recording. This is super important because splashing water can and will change the settings on your camera, which used to happen to me all the time, and it makes you want to scream. Both the GoPro and DJI turn on very fast, but the DJI is nearly instant, which gives it the edge here. During my recent trip to California, I used both these action cameras extensively, and this was one of my favorite features. If I see a wave coming, I click record once, and I don't need to worry about it till the wave is over. I never missed a single shot during the whole trip. Well, except for this wave where I dug the nose of the board and smacked the camera, but that's my fault, not the camera mount's fault. Now, speaking of camera mounts, whether bite mount or board mount, this is an area where both cameras differ quite a bit. GoPro uses their classic screw-on mount. The DJI Osmo actually uses the exact same mount, but instead of connecting directly to the camera, it connects to the DJI's Quick Connect mount, and the camera attaches to that. We need to talk much more about the Quick Connect, but hold on for just a second. For mounting on a surfboard, I used these for the GoPro, but it's recommended to use their surfboard mount as they hold a little stronger. This is the DJI surfboard mount. Both mounts work great, however, when not using a camera, the GoPro mount is fairly flush to the board, while the DJI protrudes quite a bit. This is not ideal for someone who cross-steps regularly like myself, but once again, hold on for a second. Both the DJI and GoPro bite mounts work fine, with a slight edge going to the GoPro, as it's slightly more comfortable. But check this out as well. On the end of the GoPro mount, it has these tabs that can connect straight to the board. That is awesome. Now I can surf with a bite mount, and if I want to switch, I just throw it right on the board. Technically, you can do this with the DJI Osmo as well, but you're left having to still hold the bite mount. That being said, during all this testing I've done, I used the GoPro bite mount for both cameras, which led me to see the power of the GoPro bite mount paired with the DJI Quick Connect. Now you can get the easy switching between bite mount and board mount, paired with the easy switching of bite mount to selfie stick mount or whatever else you want to use. But wait, there's more. If you attach the included protective frame to the DJI, you can switch between landscape and vertical in a couple of seconds with the Quick Connect. So now I can go surf, change between the bite mount or board mount, vertical or landscape, all in seconds without ever having to paddle in. The downside? Well, the frame doesn't work with the floaty. You either have to attach some sort of arm leash or tether it like I did, which makes changing slightly more difficult. DJI, if you can somehow get the floaty to work with the protective frame, that would be unbelievable. Since surfers often go out before sunrise and surf until after sunset, low light capability is a concern. Now it is very dark. I would still for sure be surfing right now. So is this footage usable if we're surfing this late? And from the LCD screens, it looks like it's actually going to be. As you can see side by side, the DJI does allow more light to come in, which gives it an edge in this category. Both cameras shoot 4K at 120 frames per second. What does that mean to the layman? Slow motion. Whether you use your surfing clips for YouTube, Instagram, just for fun, or using them to get better at surfing, which is my personal favorite reason, good slow motion comes in handy. Both cameras excel in this area, shoot super smooth slow motion, and get a big fat check mark. Moving past 120 frames per second, both cameras also shoot in 240 frames per second, which is not really needed for the average surfer, but it's super cool. The DJI does this at 1080p and the GoPro at 2.7K. With the GoPro's slightly higher resolution, it takes the edge in super slow-mo. So, both cameras work very well and they have their pluses and minuses, and you will not go wrong with either. But which would I pick as the ultimate surfing action camera? The DJI Osmo all day long as it's paired with the GoPro bite mount, which is a $20 purchase. This combo is honestly a game changer, being able to quickly connect to different mounts, go from landscape to vertical, it's the best. Let me know your experience with these cameras in the comments. Also, check out the full review I did on the DJI Osmo Action 4, which covers my whole last trip to California. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.